Yo YouTube! This is my video for Thursday the 10th of July, and this week's been a real write-off for me. Today is going to be the only day that I'm going to get to work this week, and I am on the way to a job at the moment, which I'll tell you about in a bit. But today's been a write-off. This week's been a write-off because Monday I had my van service, which went all right. Got both drive shafts replaced, and it wasn't too unreasonable price for service as well. My van seems to be running quite nicely at the moment. My aim is to get 500,000 miles out of this van. At the moment we're on 336,500. So probably a couple of years use, I reckon it's possible. The thing will be is I doubt if the clutch and gearbox will last that long, but I'm happy to replace that if that's all that goes wrong. Anyway, moving on. Tuesday was always going to be a half day, but because of personal reasons I had to have the day off. Wednesday I was going to work, but I got peritonitis, which is a problem that people on PD get if they don't take their hygiene seriously. So today I am going to get to work, but tomorrow I've got to go back to the Lincoln, back to the consultant at midday, and have a blood test in the morning at home. So it's highly unlikely I'll get any work on Friday, but I might, I suppose, get it from Lincoln in the afternoon. So I suppose I'll go there prepared to work, but I'm not expecting anything. Thinking about it now, as I say, it's going to be a Friday, so maybe there may be more work than usual. So this week, very poor earnings wise. Quite disappointing, because I was hoping for a full week really, or a full week beyond Monday. Right, today I didn't have a great night's sleep because of my alarms, so I wasn't really looking at jobs until 10 o'clock. And I've got a job about 15 minutes ago. I was looking for about 20 minutes, and I got a job going from Boston to Huntingdon. It's about 15 miles away from my home, about half an hour's drive, and the job itself is 54 loaded miles for a long wheelbase van job. And I've got this job for £75, and I'm pleased with that rate. I'm happy with that rate, and it just so happens to be the same journey, the same job, maybe not the same shipper, that Paul Glibberly Transport explained about on one of his videos from last week. And I don't know, I can't remember what he got for it, but I would expect that for him as a backload, he wouldn't have got as much as I got for it today. I think the advantage that I've got is that because I'm more local to this job, I've done it a few times. But more importantly, the shipper knows me well enough to know my name. When I bid on this job, they'll know it's me from my company name, and they've actually met me in person. So I tend to get this job if I bid a reasonable amount, and I wasn't sure that 75 was going to be reasonable, but it turns out that it is today. Also, there's not a lot of other drivers around. I mean, I'm saying that they get to me because it's me. It might just be I'll make it on a bid. So I'm doing that job again. I'm very familiar with it. I know what to expect. I'm going to have to do my own POD paperwork, and I know where I'm going with the drop off, and I know what they'll do at the drop off point. And I even know now that I can get to the toilet at the drop off point if I need to. I know where that is. So I'll get on with this job. I'm pleased with this as a starting point. I've not had a long distance to go to pick it up, and I'll have a reasonable amount of money quite late in the day. And the only question mark that I've got to myself is I'm due to arrive at about 11, and on the CX it does say 11:45 as pickup time. So I suspect I'll be waiting for a bit, but they are pretty flexible. Once I know I'm there, they'll probably get me loaded up as soon as they can. I don't hassle them. I'll turn up and let them know I'm there, and then they'll love me when they can. So it's all quite low key from my point of view. I know what to expect. I've not got anything to worry about. If I went for a bit, I'm fine with that. And then my next question is, what do I do from Huntingdon? So, last point. I've got a plan today, and my plan is I'm going to try and do a day where I just do small hop around jobs locally around the East Midlands and East Anglia, and I want to see if that can be done. I am not particularly hopeful about that being a good strategy, so I'll try it. I'll sort of be mindful about trying it, see what's available, but I just know that if there's a great long-term job coming up and I've been waiting for 20 minutes, I'm going to be bidding on that job. So it does depend very much on how busy the day is, the CX is in my area. Huntingdon's not a bad area for me to be at. It tends to be drawing you more south from there, sort of towards sort of St Neots, St Ives, Cambridge, going downwards towards London. But I'm going to try and avoid that today, unless it's on the very outskirts of North London. I'm going to try and avoid that and stick to going either north or west from Huntingdon. But as always, I will let you know. Cheers. So, I've picked up my load from Boston, and in the end it was 2 pallets of flat packed furniture. And when I asked the guy at the other end how much I've got to take, because I saw that I was van 1, he said he had a total of 19 pallets. This was before I knew what it was. Oh, so I said, okay, so how many pallets should we take? Is it 3? And he said, you can take 3 if you like, but they're quite heavy. So he said, most of us take 2. And so, although I can fit the volume of 3 pallets, obviously I can't fit the weight of 3 very heavy pallets. I'm guessing they're about 400 to 500 kilograms each. So, okay, take 2. So I got those 2 loaded. They were very high, and it just fitted in my doors. In fact, the second pallet didn't fit in the doors. I had to take off the top layer of boxes, and put them at the side of my van, inside the loading bay. So I'm taking the 2 pallets. I am wondering if there's any other vans going to be there, or whether they're going to get a bigger lorry to do this. But if I was van 1, that would imply to me they're going to get vans to do this, which would require 10 trips. So if for example they were going to do the same rates for every trip, that's £750. Now, I don't know if that is a good deal or not. I'm not saying they're doing it, I'm just speculating as to what they would do, what it would cost if they did that all the time. I'm guessing that because of the weight, that even a Luton can't take that many. See, a Luton can't take more than I can, weight-wise. So the only option they would have would be to do a larger lorry. So maybe I don't really know truck sizes. I think 12 ton might be enough to take half of them, maybe. I don't know what they're going to do. But anyway, the point is, if they were going to do it in 10 trips with vans only, then that would come to £750. So I don't know if that feels like a good deal to deliver 19 heavy pallets or not. So I suppose what I'm going to do is asking you, if you do run a larger vehicle, or you're a shipper, what would you want to charge to deliver 19? So they're basically standard size pallets, and they're about 1.65 meters high. So there's 19 of those going 54 loaded miles. If it was 750, that would mean that 10 vans would be worth it. If it was less than that, you'd have to find a different vehicle. So I'll be interested to know, because it's interesting. To me, it's interesting. So hopefully someone will let me know your point of view. Right, I'm on my way now to Huntingdon. I'm going to be there about 1 o'clock-ish, and I will see what happens when I arrive there. Cheers. Right, just a quick update. It is now just gone 1:30. I dropped off my first load at 1 o'clock. I was ready to look for the jobs. I've just driven off site, parked up on the side road, looked for jobs. There wasn't anything coming up, so I've moved on a bit further to this nice lay-by. The only issue I have with this lay-by is it's in the sun and it's really hot today. It's about, have a quick look at my, it's currently 29 degrees Celsius, which is a bit too hot for me really. And I'm going to look for work, but it's not looking like I can do little jobs around the local area. I'll put a map up to show who else is in my area. There's not a lot of drivers active, particularly where I dropped off. And I have to keep looking, but time is progressing. Ideally, I'd like a job to Manchester area or Birmingham area today. If I'm not going to get short jobs around the area, which isn't looking likely at the moment. Just for reference, Corby, Wellingborough, Northampton, they're all 45 minutes or thereabouts away. Sleaford is an hour and a quarter, Lincoln an hour and a half, Peterborough 20 minutes, Cambridge about 20 minutes. So all my home location work is coming up. But there's nothing quite working out for me. I've put a few bids on. I've put about 3 or 4 bids on and not got any of them at the moment. Well, they've all not got any of them that I've currently bid on. So there's nothing outstanding at the moment. So I'll just do a quick update with you guys and then I'll get back to it. Right, cheers. Okay, it's now nearly 2:10. At 2 o'clock, I looked at how far I was away from home, and it's 55 minutes. And there is a lot of jobs coming up for tomorrow. So I think tomorrow's going to be a busy day. And I'm just so hot at the moment. It's 29 degrees Celsius. And I'm wilting here in my van. And I just so want to go home. But also, I don't want to give up. So I'm sort of thinking, give myself another, hour, half an hour? Not sure I can last for an hour. Maybe half an hour. I'm trying to get a job somewhere. I don't want to give up and just do one job today, but it is looking, it's just difficult. It's uncomfortable and it's difficult. And I'd rather be at home drinking a cold drink, really. Oh, it's tough, isn't it? Know what to do for the best. So me moving now, although I've been here for an hour, seems like giving up too soon. But also it just feels like it's not going to work today. Oh, it's hard to know. It's a nice view though. I am close to going home, I must say. And just trying again tomorrow afternoon. Anyway, I'll let you know. Cheers. Hiya! Hello there. I think I'm basically giving up now. I'm about 20 minutes from home. Just got through Peterborough. And I'm going to keep looking, but I'm just not really in the right frame of mind to do this today. I could give all number of excuses. It's too hot, which is true. I've got peritonitis, which is true, but not affecting me. I'm tired, which is true, but I can get pulled through that. I'm also very mindful of how I see myself as being hard-working and resilient. And this proves today that I'm not today. I think the main single factor is it's now 30 degrees Celsius. I've got long trousers on with boots on. My they're Skechers with sort of reinforced toe caps. and I've got jeans on, which is what I wear for work all the time, and it's just becoming intolerable to sit in my van not moving. So that's my only reason really, other than I'm just giving up. So I'm not going to bother with my usual stats. Basically, I've told you I've done one job, £75 gross. I will have made about £55 net, maybe £50 net today, which is nothing, absolutely, almost literally nothing. It won't provide me any income at all this week. So yeah, I'm going to go home, finish off this video now by saying thank you very much for listening to my video. I hope that you are all being a lot more successful than I've been today. I wish you the best of luck with whatever you choose to do with your time and your efforts and your energy. And I'll be back out tomorrow afternoon after I've had my consultancy appointment in Lincoln. And hopefully it's going to be really busy. So I should be able to get something tomorrow, which will salvage, I think, this week to some extent, I hope. Yeah, so I'll see you then. Farewell, friends.